everyone, and welcome to the NFT Basement Show. My name is Project, and I am the founder of Project 4 NFTs. And remember that nothing in this show is ever financial advice, and everything is for entertainment purposes only. I am now going to pass the microphone to my co-host.
Hey everybody, what's up, what's up, what's up? I'm Krystle and I'm the community manager of Blockchain Bullies NFT. Thank you so much for being here. And tonight we have a special guest and he goes by the name of Stan the Man.
Let's go.
Crystal, thank you. I appreciate
You're welcome.
Thank you, Project 4, for having me on tonight.
Yeah,
Thanks for being here.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, no, anytime for you guys, anytime. My name is Stan Corley. I'm a small business owner here in Alabama. I started up the Army of Goats NFT project, and that's what we're here to talk about tonight. So.
Correct. And just so that the audience can see what we are talking about, let me just share that screen. Let me bring it up here. Oh, where is it at? Share screen. Boom. There we go.
We want to see all the art.
There's the art. Army of Goats. And we see that the floor price is 0.01 ETH on the Polygon network. And Stan, tell us where does the idea come from that you decided to make these goats? And yeah,
well, the goats actually come from my Call of Duty handle is the reason I chose goats. My handle's been goat for, God, I don't know, 11 years on ever or so. And I just knew when I decided what character I wanted to do, it was always just going to be a goat. I mean, that was just not a question. And I think Pratama, the project artist, he really did a good job with the art, all the different traits. I'm kind of in the Genesis 1, which is what we're looking at.
okay.
We co-created that as we're doing the Gen 2. He drew it and made all of the traits. And then what I did is I went in and put them in Photoshop and changed the colors so we could have the base trait he created plus red, blue, pink, yellow, whatever, Took a lot of time, I generated a lot. Most of the collection was generated on the script.
Yes.
The rest was handmade. We decided to call them free radicals because it's the Army, So, the free radicals are the ones that are basically hand compiled by me, or there's a couple in there my daughters did where they chose the traits that went on them.
Nice. And now I'm going to.
All the family has a piece of it. All the family has a piece in it. That's dope.
That's right.
Also, I'm not gonna. We're now in your website. So I really like your website. It's very just very catchy and there's like a really strong message behind your project. And could you let us know what that message is?
Yes, sir. We're our main focus is raising money for veterans communities. When I was probably about 6-7 years ago, I was the a maintenance technician at an apartment complex, and they had a lot of veterans living in charity program homes where the charities would pay for the apartment, and the charities don't have a lot of money, so they don't upkeep the apartments very well, So that's my first introduction into it, and I started seeing how they were living. And my best friend introduced me to Eagles Landing here in Alabama, down here where we live. And we checked it out and decided for years we'd been giving money to churches and stuff with raising it up out at the paintball field. We would do a can drive or something like that each year and donate it. Right. We really wanted to focus on something on veterans because these 25-year Coast Guard retired. I was 4 years in the Army, and just about everybody out there is, you know, ex-military, and we all have, you know, we all know what they go through. But so we started donating to them, and when the NFT space come around, and I finally started looking at the project to really give it some purpose, what I really wanted to do, how if I could help somebody in the world, who would I help, you know? And my memories went back to when I was working there and seeing, you know, those guys. And I remember this one soldier in particular. He'd fought in Vietnam and had trouble all through the last 30 years trying to get his money and his, you know, his disability and all that, because apparently a lot of documents were lost from the Vietnam troops. So they have a difficult time getting approved. So he was still going through that and wrestling with that. He was always unsure of, you know, what was forward in his life, right? But not long after that, he got approved to move into one of those units at the Eagles Landing. Eagles Landing is small. It only has 39 units and houses. I think right now it's currently housing 38 veterans. Some of them are homeless. Some of them have had mental issues. You know, just some of them are just older and need a place. But anyway, when they get situated there, a lot of people still don't really think about what the community does, right? Most people just think about the aspect of, they just gave them a house to live in. They don't think about that community also will provide them transportation to and from their VA appointments. They have to pay gas. They usually have to have a van on site. Most of the time they need a handicapped equipped vehicle. Sometimes they even need an extra person is hired to help that, you know, escort that person if it's needed. They also help out with food, clothing, just anything they need. All the way to the TV inside their apartment, right?
Yeah.
And their money gets stretched thin. So, you know, I'm like, let's, instead of what we've been doing every year, which is nice, but it's really a drop in the bucket to what I would like to do for that community. If we can get them enough money to be able to upgrade their stuff, really provide everything that they need so that they're not wanting anything. And then they can start looking at, well, we've got everything we need. We're not just struggling to upkeep the place, you know, even maintenance and all that. So now we can build stuff. We can do classes for these vets, more classes or more, you know, things outside of just trying to keep the wheels on the vehicle, you know, not just trying to keep the hubcaps on, you know, where they're actually, you know, they got some new tires and they're like, hey, let's get the windows tinted now, you know, and that kind of stuff. So that's what I'd like to say. I'd like to see these communities thrive, and that's what we're going to be doing as far as community outreach and charity with this project. And it's something that really I'm passionate about. I've even I've thought about putting together tiny home communities. I spoke to Grandma Yeti. Shout out to the Yetis, getting sweaty. Yeah, I think there's juice tonight, so I'm going to leave that there. Well, she actually said this in the space the other night, and it resonated with me because I've even thought the same thing. You know, it's not that hard to provide and build a small community now with like tiny houses. It makes it much more feasible for people to put together small communities. I've heard of people putting veterans ranches together and all kind of great stuff, especially in the veterans mental health category, which is a really important place. But anyway, that's pretty much about it on the charity part. So.
It sounds beautiful wherever you're at, Stan.
Well, thank you.
Like I hear like birds chirping. It sounds tropical. It sounds wonderful.
We're on the Gulf Coast, the beautiful Gulf Coast, and Hey, look, you ever want to come down? You ever coming down I-10? You get down into Florida, you've got to come by the Mobile Bay. If you're over there, come by
Yeah.
paintball, airsoft
Dan
play.
the man, we're here.
We'll let
I
you
know who
visit
to
each
call.
other, you know, and have some fun and
Yeah.
really enjoy your trip.
Yeah. Well, I love your story, Stan. I mean, you know me. I have so much respect for you. I admire you so much as a man in this Web3 space who is you move with so much power. You know, it's just like everything you do is just like you would never know that Stan's in the room and then he talks and you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just sit back and listen because this is the juice right here. This is the juice. Sit back and listen. I love it. I love
What,
it. I
you know,
love what your project stands for too, because it's a beautiful story and not so many people are shining light on that. It's like there's a lot of project founders who have decided to give to charity. Uh, However, not so many that, you know, like what yours stands for. So I just like kudos to you. I would agree that there's like so much going on in that field where it's like unfortunately these like men and women are not able to get the funds that are rightfully theirs, and it's super unfortunate. And I know that like in the state of California where I'm from, like the homeless rate is like through the roof, and
yeah.
you would be astonished because 98, well I think it's 97, but like 97% of the homeless people here are vets, and
Yeah.
it is so sad. It's
And
awful.
and here's one thing I've spent a lot of time, like when I see a vet or somebody with a veteran hat, or you know, that could be whatever. Nowadays, you know, people will wear them just to dupe you
Yeah.
or whatever. But I do know that is true, and I talk to a lot of homeless people. I give them, you know, I'll buy them something when I see them, and give them more cash, whatever. But I like to spend some time and talk to them. And
Wow.
the problem is a lot of them don't want to go, and that's what's just, it's just mind blowing, but it is what it is, you know. And it sucks that there's some people that just don't want the help, and it's hard to see that, you know. It's hard to understand where that person's coming from. And I mean, I can understand, I can see how vets do it, 'cause if we have to be independent, we need to survive on what we can, and I think that's what they've done. Their default just survival mode, and they're, you know, I just hope that, I just wish that it got reached earlier before that got to that point, that was the decision.
Yeah, definitely. I think I just love what your project stands for. I always tell everybody, I tell project, I mean, well, you too, I'm like, Stan the man. Stan is the man. It's just
Stan,
like,
yeah.
yeah, like, Stan is the
Let's
man.
go.
I
Yes.
appreciate you. I appreciate the knowledge that you bring to the circle. I appreciate the alpha is what we're all calling it, right? Like, I appreciate that because now I know that I can go to Stan for like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know? And
What good is knowledge if
the fun stuff, and I can go to him for all the serious stuff, you know? So thank you, Stan. You seriously are the GOAT.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I mean, what good is it if you don't pass on what you know? I mean, I don't know how long I'm going to be here anymore. Nobody does. So, I mean, live life every day, help out who you can, be a good human while you're here. And
Yep, 1,000%. When you're good,
Yes.
good things happen, right?
right.
And so
Well, I'm
that's
going
what
to find a way. If you
happen
want
for you because you're a good man.
to.
So I have a question. So the goats derived from your what was it? Your handle? Your
Yeah.
okay.
Had
Yeah.
name. Yeah.
So what was it like? What got that fire in you to get into the crypto space and the NFT space in general?
Well, I haven't told this. I've told them, but once I've mentioned it in the space. What really kind of pushed me over the edge, but I started studying it. Probably, I guess, they came on my radar in around July or so. I started looking at it. You know, I heard about the Ethereum. What was it? The birds from a year or so ago when they blew up. because I've been in crypto, and crypto really is what introduced me to them, and I started looking at them. But in September, I had COVID, got a bunch of micro clots in my leg, ended up in the hospital, had to get a surgery to get some clots removed. I got some stents, got a filter. I've been rehabbing now for since then, so 6 months. I probably got about another 3 to 6 months to go. Everything's going really well with that, so just on that, so you can know we're all's well. The doctor's happy. I'm happy with my progress.
Good.
But I found myself because I wasn't able to be out at my little retail shop, my little pro shop, and I wasn't able to run the paintball airsoft games during that time, so I found myself at home a lot. And I got my medical bill for the surgery. I really needed to look for a way to raise money to help with that. That's how it kind of originally started, so I started doing that. And I think some of my mistakes was during my first couple months when I was out, I was heavily medicated. So I'm not going to blame it on that. I accept Anyway, so that's how it came about. Medicated, yeah. It goes right. But I've had medication for, I guess, another partner. That's been awesome to get my head cleared up. We launched in December, and obviously stuff basically lazy
Project. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I hear you, but I hear a loud, like,
Staticky a little bit?
Yeah.
Is there a static sound?
A little bit. I just want to make sure that Stan can hear and the audience can hear and that everything is clear. So just bear with us, everybody. Sorry about that. There we go. Wait.
Oh, it's because then the microphone turns off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, you shut it off, it stops.
Okay. I need to find out what that is.
Yeah, but I can hear you though right now.
There?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Now? No, so the static sound went away, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Sounds better.
Okay.
We'll do it now.
Nice. Sorry about that, Stan. I just wanted to make sure that the audience and everybody could hear very clearly.
Well, so from there, I kind of, once I started realizing how the NFT space had kind of evolved, and that it wasn't going to get some art made, post it on crypto.com and sell them, and, raise some money for my bills. I realized I started really actually seeing how it was like back in the early 2000s, right? And it was so much fun back then. We had met so many different people, and we were all building websites, and it was so small back then. Google wasn't even a thing, we were on IRC chat kind of stuff, watching how it built out, looking at the similarities and how Web3 was going. That's when I, started looking at it more as this needs to be an expansion of my retail business versus being just a project, so I started really looking at it as business. That's when I decided, I was going to kind of put the brakes on. That's why I don't talk about myself and what happened to me. That's not important. If the project, if people like the project, they'll buy it. If they don't, they won't. I don't want them to buy it out of sympathy to me. I want my product to speak for itself. So that's when I started looking around what charity would I like to donate to, what kind of utilities are we going to be able to provide. And I think I think I've done pretty well in putting together something that provides value to our holders over time, and it's something that can be implemented right away. It's not something we're gonna have to wait for. There we go. You're back.
Yeah, like my screen, I swiped and I couldn't find you guys. It like disappeared because I went this way on my keyboard. I have a MacBook Air, so I was like, wait, where did they go? I was like, have so many screens open and I couldn't just swipe back and find you guys. So I was like lost in my own computer. I swear it was so bad. So I was like, okay, let me find myself. Let me relax. Let's not panic. But there you go. I'm back. I heard everything though, by the way. Like I was hearing everything. I just couldn't see anything that was going on. So sorry about that.
You're good. You're good.
I do want to know, Stan, when did your project launch then? Like when did you actually first mint, like your first mint?
Okay, the first minting was the lazy minting on crypto.com. Then I stopped. Then I went back to I launched. I got a contract through WordPress smart contracts. They're contract generated contracts, right? And I decided to use that for the mint. And I decided to use, at that time I was going to use what we had put out as giveaways and just kind of like a promotion. Hey, this is our mint's coming, right? We had to pivot. So the only unfortunate thing with that is there was a bug in the script after we launched and minted in February. That actually went pretty well. Everything went all fine on the pre-sale. We didn't actually do a mint. I had 100. We'd had 100 that were available for the white lid, and minted them that night. Then we just sold them all. Just basically released them all at once. And everybody kind of scrambled to get the ones they wanted.
You're generated, Stan, or you uploaded them one by one?
On OpenSea and crypto, all one by one.
How long did that take you?
Oh my God, months. And during it, they implemented the new robot CAPTCHA. So I've clicked on so many bridges, fire hydrants, crosswalks. I never want to see another one in my life. That's why I now have a smart contract developer, and we're going to do a normal mint like everybody else for a Gen 2.
Oh, gosh.
Never again will I go down that road. And those that have done it, I feel your pain.
Yeah, that is funny.
Now, Stan, what I wanted to mention is that about your website is the Web3 resources, because somebody that's new into Web3 has no idea what even Bitcoin is. They could actually find out all this information in your website if they go into Web3 resource directory. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yeah. The first thing I wanted to do once I got the website done and we minted, I wanted to look at what are we going to provide to the community. First thing, most definitely, I think that everybody should be providing is education to people that visit their website, right? So ours does spotlight veteran projects, and we have special categories on there just for veteran-only projects, and have a featured link as well where really not good projects that I know people from, we feature those. But the resources directory is actually an open directory that anybody can actually go list their own website or project links in that directory as well to help grow it over time. But it's there basically for education purposes, help people kind of get a feel for what they need to know, where they need to go, trusted sources. That's the biggest thing. If you post something that's sketchy, I'm going to delete it off there. It's not going to stay in there. That's why, as you see, there's Coinbase, there's Crypto.com's listed there. Skirp is listed there. We've got MetaMask, all of your OpenSea, all of your big kind of, the most trusted sources for somebody that's just coming on, because the biggest thing back in the early 1990s and or late 90s and 2000 was trust on the internet, right? There's this big thing, oh, you don't know who you're buying from, right? Especially like eBay and all that. I remember a time when everybody ran around and websites would have square trade blocks on the bottom of their website. And that meant that you had signed up with Square Trade, paid them money, they deposit money into your bank account, then they send you a verification through the mail. You have to fill it out and send it back, and then they verify you as being a real human, who you are, that you live where you say you live. So it's kind of we're in that same space right now, right? It's everybody wants is the blockchain is decentralized, it's not anonymous. It is to an extent, but it's not for somebody that really wants to know, right?
Right.
But it's the same thing that everybody's running into now. It's can I trust this person with my money? You know, are they going to actually ship this thing? You know, this was before PayPal buyer protection. You know, you would buy something on eBay and they would just never send it.
Yeah.
There was no recourse.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So it took time, and I think what people are going to see is that Web 3 is going to unfold a lot like Web 2. Each layer of the cake is kind of going to be baked the same way, because it's going to have to. That's basic. You know, like you've seen a big push for domains lately.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what does the domain need? What are people going to need on them? Well, they're going to need Web 3 hosting. Okay, well, after you got Web 3 hosting, now we have hosting in the domain. What are we going to do with that website? How are we going to get users there? So the next thing is going to be who can drive users to those websites. Those companies will do that. And then, you know, as it expands out over time, I have a feeling it's just going to follow the same type of thing. The same techniques that were used back then will be reused again, but just in different ways. You know, reapply it, so to speak.
So since we're talking about that, tell us about the utility behind your project.
Where to start? We got a bunch, so we'll start at the top. First of all, I've been a Magic collector for a long time, so I love trading cards. I have a game that I've actually been developing on the side as a hobby for a long time, and I've had test cards printed, and so I'm pretty familiar with the process, as the software and everything to do it. And so I want to give everybody a full trading card of their NFT. So as soon as we get, it's in pre-production now, so we'll be going into production within probably the next 4 to 6 weeks. And then we'll ship them out to everybody that signs up or DMs me their address. I have a form on the website that they can submit that gives me your address. Yes, you're gonna have to dox where you live to me, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But if you do,
the people that want to do it can, and the people that don't have to.
Right. I mean, if you want to, go to UPS,
Trading card.
open you up a little UPS post office box, you know, put it in John Doe's name, it doesn't matter, and I'll send it to you, then close it out the next month.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want your full credit. So you're going to get a full trading card for one.
Love that. I love that.
Too. And they look awesome, too. The foil really pops. Next, we had a utility token, which that is already done. If you missed it, you missed it. You can't be a part of it no more. We distributed out the GoDex token to everybody. The next utility is basically the Web3 resources directory. Like I said, it's open to projects members, anybody that wants to list their stuff in the directory can. Our next utility is our merch store that we're open, because we're giving everybody commercial rights to all of the NFTs. When they give it, we'll have a letter of writ that I'm going to publish on the website, so that you can download it and you can have that PDF file that gives you the commercial rights to all of the NFTs, or the NFT that you want. We're going to reserve limited use rights for marketing and stuff. So we will be able to use any of the collection at any time for marketing in the future, kind of thing. But we won't be doing our own retail or stuff with it. Excuse me, my voice is getting hoarser as it goes.
It's okay.
So the way that works is if you buy a goat, we give you commercial use rights. And we also give you a platform where you can list that NFT on merchandise. We'll build this. We have the storefront built for you. You will have, we'll have organic traffic coming in already that we're advertising for, but you do have the option of advertising it as well yourself. The dashboard looks freaking amazing for the vendors. When you guys see it, you're going to love it. So it has analytics. You're going to be able to look at your traffic's coming in, what you're converting on your sales. We also will be able to support merchandise owners that already own their merch, and they just want an additional outlet to list and sell their merch. I think you heard me say this the other day that if there was only one Starbucks, they wouldn't make no money. There's 3,000 of them, right? So you got to look at your project, your merch, especially the same way. You want to put your merch on every single place you can sell it. Mm-hmm. Everywhere. Google, Microsoft, Amazon, anywhere you can sell it, put it on.
Yeah. Etsy,
exactly.
Craigslist.
Anywhere. Craigslist. You want 3,000 Starbucks out there making sales for you.
Yeah.
24/7. That's the whole, point of it.
Yeah, definitely.
But you have to set it up over time. You have to set it up properly. But once it's set up, it just kind of becomes an engine that drives the rest of it.
Well, that's awesome.
Nice.
So are you okay if we were to show the audience what some of your merch looks like that could potentially come out?
Absolutely, because I'm going to talk more about that because I'm still really not done. What you're seeing there is some examples of what we're going to be doing for project owners. For project owners that sign up, we're going to make 4 custom designs that I'm going to personally design. I've really enjoyed this too. I really love the sleeve tattoo style arm. I think that's going to be kind of part of my signature designs going forward. I really love it. But we're going to make these special designs for each project. They'll be available through our dropship program. And then the project can elect whether they want to allow their customers, their NFT holders, to list their merch on our site. If they do, we offer a percentage of each sale, even on the custom made merch. You'll earn money every time that custom merch sells. But for your project owners, they'll be able to make a commission off the sale, and we'll also have a royalty program for your licensing for the art to your NFT holders to resell it, right? So you can earn money from any of your users that list on the site as well. You can take my payment in crypto. We do have some minimums like ETH. It's $1,000 minimum payout for each ETH payment. For crypto.com, it's a minimum of 100, and there's like a 3-day wait period, and that's crypto.com, not us. I can't do anything about that. Mm-hmm. And then you can do fiat, which you can get paid through PayPal or straight to your bank account. So every time a sale's made, the money is distributed out to everybody that it's supposed to be distributed out to.
That is so cool, Stan.
Thank you.
Like I'm looking forward to seeing some blockchain bullies just like plastered on some artwork.
I've been so busy building. Y'all know what we've been working on. You saw it, the poster.
It gets me excited.
Yeah, I think that is going to be a blast. Last night, Rizzo and Komodo were hamming it up in the G-Gen space.
Yeah.
Oh,
We need to hop in there, Raj. We have to hop in there. Stan,
Yeah.
yes. I think if there's two people in our Twitter space, well, first of all, and not to cut you off, but I just want to say that I thank you for opening up to me, like literally day 2 of me being in the Twitter space. You and Project were both friends of Chris and mine. Literally day 2, we created the account before we hopped on. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was March 16th. So it was literally, I met you guys on March 17th, and we like had a back and forth connection on March 18th. And since then, it's like, maybe it's just me, but I do kind of say we are like thick as thieves. And I just want to say, like, honestly, thank you, dude, because when you're in a space and when I'm in a space and when Project's in a space, it's kind of this weird feeling, but I feel safe. Like, I feel like, like I have that, like, that
family feel
of support, So I just want to say thank you. And you too, Project, thank you. Because, I tell you all the time, because you're like my brother now. It's crazy how close we've become. But Stan, seriously, like, you and I have, like, developed this, like, cool, super dope friendship. And I just want to say thanks, man, because I really do appreciate it. Like, really wholeheartedly appreciate you. Like, seriously. Yeah, and so proud of the growth. Like, just like the growth, and then, like, the two of us just working together, and you allowing us to do these crawls and getting on board. I'm just like, thank you for believing in me and in my community and opening up your community to Project and it's just been awesome.
You're a great community manager. It's fun.
Thank you.
To the point where I may have to try to snipe you away from over there. I
tell you all the time, it's like, I'm here for you. Whatever. I promise you that. But thank you very much.
Oh, no,
yeah, thank you, Stan, for all the support that you've given us and everything that you've done. You're very you help out a lot of people, and I could see that with your project, what it is that you're doing. You're a very caring person. And I just want to, like, really thank you and for everything that you've done. I'm glad that I have met you. And let me tell you a little story about that before I go to there, because when I was first getting into Web3 and before I started the podcast, like, this was actually like my dream. Like, I actually want to know people that are into Web3. I actually want to one day have my own podcast. But my question was, who do I know? I don't even know anybody. Like, I don't even know anybody that's gonna, like, want to be in a podcast with me. You know what? I got on Twitter, and then I met you. I met Krystle. Now I got friends that are in Web3. Now I have a podcast. It's been an awesome journey for me, and I'm just so glad that this is happening right now, and just really want to thank you.
Yeah,
it's awesome. I think what you're doing is awesome. I think we need more of these out, spreading the word. Like I said, the more places that people have to come to promote their projects. And this is something that could really benefit you as well. And I love to see that, brother. I know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
It's amazing that Project had this idea. He thought it, he made it happen, and he's allowing me to be a part of it. And it's just been a beautiful journey, and being able to, like, meet, I know you, but it leads me to this.
Yeah, this is my official unboxing, right?
Yeah, I know.
Now, if you really wanted to dig, you could always went to my Facebook or and see who I really was.
I know.
Plenty of real pictures out there, and I never hid who I was. So. But I appreciate it. This is, I don't get in front of the camera very often, so.
The pleasure is all ours, Stan. Hey, I want to know, tell us something, just before you take off from here, tell us something that nobody would know about you, like a secret.
Oh, goodness, no, come on.
Come on,
this is a PG rated show.
Yeah.
That not a lot of people know about. Well, I was actually just thinking about this today, and this sounds probably kind of lame, but But one of my favorite activities in the world is swimming. I mean, I love to freaking swim.
Nice.
I can literally get in the water and I can stay there for an entire day and not come out and just swim the whole day and just be at peace. You know, I mean, like being under the water and swimming is just, I mean, it's just you, and it's just so quiet, I guess. I mean, I just. Like,
so you would love it like at the lake, in the river. I'm here for it.
I love it. Now, I am a lake and a river person. I do prefer that over the beach. I'll do the beach, but, you know, I'd rather get to some fresh water and go canoeing.
I'm the same way.
Tubing and some, you know, if I want to go fishing, I can go fishing and swim. So, yeah, I love it. I love it. Actually, kids and the wife went out camping just last weekend for Mother's Day. I had to work, so I couldn't join them, but they had a blast.
Aww.
Happy for them. We'll get it.
You're going to get to the point where you have all the time in the world, and it's because you work so hard now so that you get to the point to have all that free time, right, with your family.
That's right. And, well, even then, I love the paintball and airsoft so much. I'm probably going to be doing that every weekend just till I die anyway. At some point, I'll have to give it up, but you're going to have to pry it from my cold dead hands. I love games for the players. I love I love the game. I mean, it's just something, I don't know.
Yeah.
I love it almost.
Yeah, so that's something that not a lot of people know about you either, Stan, is that you love paintballing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm the game master for my buddy's paintball field. I'm the general manager for his airsoft company. That's where my pro shop is out at the field, my retail shop that I run. I also own a laser tag company as well. So most of it's all, I've been self-employed most of my life. I would say 23 out of I've only really worked for people for about 9 years total. That's so far. And that's what gave me enough time to learn how to develop on Web 2 and learn search engines and learn marketing and all this knowledge that I have that I've learned doing this for so long on the side, and now being able to kind of see this coming up and be able to apply it's really fun. I mean, I'm really, because I can see it coming now, you know, and you know, you kind of know how to navigate the waters. It's It's the way I feel anyway. Maybe I'm all the way 100% wrong, but as long as
no.
It doesn't matter.
Things are looking good here, Stan, and I'm so proud of like the growth in such a short amount of time. So I'm honored to know you, honored to be a part of the crew. Can't wait to get me a goat, because hello, I need me a goat. By the way, Project, I didn't even tell you. I thought you and I won a.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, short story. So I'm going through the analytics, you know, because guys, for the people listening out there, analytics are very important in this NFT space. Okay, so as a founder, you pay attention to those things. So I'm going through the analytics, and I'm like, oh, one of the top posts, the top post was Stan's Matic giveaway for one of the goats, and he tagged you and me in there, you know. So I was like, oh, I want to go. I was like, I want to go. Oh, babe, real story. I said, babe, I want to go. And I went and I showed it to him. I texted you, right? I was like, bro, did you know that we want to go, right? It was during the time that you were like away. You were like working a lot, right? Yeah. So you're driving. So I DM Stan. You know me, I'm all, Stan, like, I want to go.
He was so excited.
I was so excited. I was like, no, I didn't even know that I want to go. I'm so excited that I want to go. Yay for the goat, you know? And he's like, about that. No, you didn't win. I was like, you're joking.
No, for that, there was, you know, when we first started really, you know, how we were tagging each other a lot in our posts.
Yeah.
And that's what that was from. And I felt so bad. I was just like, I didn't even want to type. You know, I didn't even want to tell her. I was like, oh.
I totally forgot. It was like, hello. Dan and Project were my only friends. We were only friends with each other. We only tagged one another, Krystle. You didn't win jack.
Yeah, I'd already given that one away. You wasn't getting there. Wasn't no coming back to get that one.
It was awful. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Either way, King, I was like a whole month and a half late. Okay.
Yeah.
So the tweet was from a month ago.
Yes, bro. It was from March. It was from like March 20th or something. It was.
Yeah.
And I was so happy. I was like, yeah, you know. And I want to go.
It felt so bad telling her. I'm sitting there like.
He was like, I don't even know.
Want to click the button. So I didn't even want to type it out.
He's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but no, you didn't win.
Yeah,
oh my god, that was the best.
My heart broke a little bit telling you at the same time.
That was literally the best. Well, hey, Stan, we really appreciate you being here with us. I want everybody to know that Stan's Discord is open. We are ready to accept all new members into the community of the Army of Goats. So everybody is welcome. Please, please, please know that all of the links to Stan's Twitter and his Discord are going to be below. So please, guys, head to the Army of Goats. We would love to have you at the next event that we have together as community members. And we just want to say thank you to Stan. Also, guys, don't forget, Stan's Discord is fire, okay? He has lots and lots of educational things that you would very much so benefit from. You know, so yeah, we're not going into Stan's Discord and we're not having all these like parties yet, you know. However, you're jumping into Stan's Discord and you're leaving with a whole bunch of knowledge, okay? So that guys, that is key. That is major key, okay? So let's hop into Discord. Let's get in, you know, let's be a part of the Army of Goats. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Drop some questions below and we'll throw them to our brother Stan here. And Stan, again, thank you so much, brother. We really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your beautiful birds and tropical noises with us. It was a true
campfire. You know, I always tell people if you're not my friend, I don't pick on you a little bit, but you know, Project, you was so late. My beautiful fire died down before you.
Oh, man. I seen it on the. Oh, I seen it.
My bad. That was my bad. We had the community poker game, and I am so sorry. He did also mention that, you know, we wanted to start at 9. I was like hoping that the game would be over, but we went a little bit over. And the upside of things is the bully got the win.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's
you know.
Bully
So
brought home the belt.
Yep.
Congratulations.
So we can't wait to be
Thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you, Stan.
Our V2 Goatopia drop will be announcing soon. So if you follow me on Twitter, keep up with it. I would appreciate that. And Project 4, thank you for having us or having me. Krystle, anytime. I'll be
Love and light, my king. Thanks for being here with us, and we hope to have you again soon. And you already know what it is. We'll catch you in the next Twitter space.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace.